So, finally managed to go to the gym. I didn't sleep in the car that time. One of the things that gets me excited to go to the gym, kind of like a little motive, sometimes you need something to push you so you can do the thing that you don't want to do. So you try to look for something that you do want to do, and then it gets you going. So for me, something that kind of gets me a little bit excited to go to the gym is listening to stuff, like listening to podcasts, like lessons or lectures, get some knowledge, like Islamic knowledge and stuff. I'm trying to fill up on that, but it's really tough for me to just sit at home, like open up a lecture, maybe on my laptop, maybe just listen to it, just like for me to free up that time and listen to something that's really, that's really dry. It's really tough to listen to that Islamic stuff. It's a bit easier for me to do it at the gym. And listening to podcasts, like I was listening to this podcast, it's called TDS. It's called The Digital Sisterhood, right? It's about a girl who interviews other girls. Like, it's mostly a girly podcast type thing. I think she's from Somalia, and it's really inspiring. Like, I listened to this episode. It's called Her Name is Hannah. It's one heck of a sob fest, man. Like, it's a cry fest for sure. Like, I almost cried in the gym, and like I was on the treadmill and I'm like sweating, and like sweat is coming down my face, down my eyes, and I'm like, if I cry now, nobody will notice. So I mean, the intensity of these episodes it's really tough. And the podcast is actually, it's in Toronto, which is my hometown. So shout out to you guys at TDS. So if there are any girls that are watching this right now, that you can find that podcast like where podcasts are, and guys as well. I mean, if you want to listen to that, it's kind of tough listening to girls talk. Maybe it's not all for me, but I was interested to listen to it. So I guess what I'm saying is, again, I'm not trying to be like super motivational and like, any free time you gotta listen to some stuff and you gotta go to the gym, do this and that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, if you got some free time, I mean, you can use it to learn some stuff and maybe not listen to music, if that's a challenge you're going through. Podcasts have really become a thing, especially podcasts that are kind of like, fulfilling to us as Muslims. I mean, listening to like Joe Rogan, listening to Lex, whatever, and you can sometimes maybe listen to that stuff. But I mean, for me personally, when I used to listen to Joe Rogan, which I do not anymore, it really affects me. It really affects me negatively. And then you start thinking about, well, how does this guy perform? How is he super productive? How can I get guests like this? What about drugs? Because he always talks about drugs and like psychedelics and stuff. And I'm like, so what if I do these drugs? I mean, is it a good idea? So you get ninja'd by these cancerous ideas and you don't know where they came from. It's a word called assimilation, right? You start wanting to be similar to these people. You start trying to adopt their behaviors and kind of trying to be like them without maybe even knowing it. So podcasts like TDS, like our podcast, Why, like Hascast, the podcast that I interview people in, and there are many more that like Islamic podcasts you can find. Islamic, I mean, not necessarily like religious, but I mean Islamically viable, or for Muslims, by Muslims, for Muslims, So yeah, if you know any podcasts that you guys really like that kind of fit into what I'm trying to say, put them in the comments. Let us know. Yeah. Okay. Second video. Let's do it. Tawakkal ala Allah.